Well, hello folks, how are you doing today? Where are we? As you can see by an oast house, we are in the garden capital. We are in the Garden of England in Kent, filming a museum which is sadly closing down. If I take you in these sheds, you will see engines galore, tractors, all kinds of things. Before we start, here is the details of the sale. This is the catalogue, there's the date, there's the auction house. You can register to bid online and all the other bits and pieces, and that is where it is. There we go. So look them up, but we are going to go inside these sheds and have a look, and believe me, you are not going to want to miss this. This is a museum that closed 30 years ago. I think he says it's at least 20 or 30 years this museum has been closed, and sadly it's now being sold off, the contents. So we're going to start with a few tractors in this. There are still people in the other shed, the auctioneer, but we will start with some tractors. You have to excuse the bad lighting. There we go. We have a lovely old wire-wheeled tractor there, and then another tractor. There's another shed load of tractors and a Kent fire engine. But we will also have a look at all these other utensils that are here. All of this stuff is being sold. I say this is all original, unrestored. So although this was museum stuff, it's all unrestored and original, and it was all running. So none of this was non-running 20 or 30 years ago. Look at this, Ruston PB9. Isn't she a big one? 4.5 horsepower. There's a little petter in the back there. But look at the trolleys these things are on. Lovely. There's a heavy trolley there. Massive cast wheels. A big, look like a Lister J, and on the back of that look like a Lister A, or could be Lister B. So yes, you got very nice bits and pieces there. Here we have a Ruston PB8. This, I believe, is a big high pressure sprayer. Just look at the lovely axle. Look how original this is. It's got the Holden tank underneath and a very nice 3-piston high pressure pump. If I come round here and I turn the engine slowly, look at that. You have a 3-piston Nod and Donkey pump. There we go. Absolutely gorgeous. I bet you clean the points on this, put some petrol in it, replace the HT lead, that would go. These are as found, guys. As you can see, these have not been moved out of this shed for decades. We have another big Lister here on a massive steerable trolley. Absolutely lovely. Here we have another Lister. Plenty of Listers here. This one's also on a nice big trolley. It has additional dry pulleys in there, complete with a mouse nest. Very nice indeed. There's a selection of smaller engines in the back here. Trust me, there are better engines than this. So this is not all of them. Please don't go anywhere. And then as we come round, we have another big sprayer here, ready to accept a beautiful engine. Just look. Cool, that's a bit stuck. But believe me, this high pressure pump again would all free up. Here we have an unusual tractor. We've got the big case there with the wire wheels. Oh, there's a little Ruston PT I've noticed there. Another Lister D, a radiator cooled. Is that a Lister F then? I don't know, but there you go. There's a radiator cooled Lister D there. That's very nice actually. And here we have the big tractor here. Lovely old girl, big International. Isn't she nice? Very unusual rear wheels. There's what looked like part of a fairground ride or Wall of Death or something there. We come around the back. Look at the size of this for a generator. Look at that for a dynamo. It is massive. And then in the back, this is actually a Kent fire truck. Still complete with its pump, its hose reels, searchlight, everything. Even got the wooden ladder still on the roof. There is some truly nice stuff here. There really is. There's a tyre machine. What's that doing in there? Lovely centrifugal pump here, gear pump. We have some big exhausts for your big stationary engines. They're your big exhaust pots for your massive Rustons and stuff like that. So, yes. So all this stuff is going. If you look on the website, it will be catalogued. Absolutely beautiful. They will accept online bidding and everything. So good. There we are. Let's come out of this shed. This lovely place. I say this is a museum what's been closed, I think he said 30 years, 20 or 30 years. And it's just been someone's basically private collection. But that's now being disposed of. So we'll come in this shed where there's some beautiful machines in here and engines. There we go. All of this stuff, again, untouched, but all going to be sold off. Some really nice machines, massive blacksmithing machines, pillar drills. There's lathes, look at these lathes. Don't worry, we're getting to the engines, guys. There's lathes, there's commercial sewing machines, mangles, more lathes. Look like some sort of stitching machine. And then you've got all your shoe repair stuff. All these shoe irons. Even a pair of old boots. Look like a leather sewing machine for sewing your shoes up. There's actually some boots on a mannequin legs. There we go. And then there's all the smalls in the glass cabinet. And then we come on to some engines. Again, look at the trolleys. These are all on trolleys. Only a Lister D, but it's on a lovely pump, sprocket drive, nice trolley. Would be a shame to split it all up, but you could. This is on separate skids, but it's been put on the trolley. You could lift this lot off the trolley, repurpose the trolley, and just put wheels on that. Here we have a big H2 pump. This is a big, what's it say? Lister H29D, the pump, running off Lister A, hopper cooled, could be Lister B. I don't want to shine the plate up to have a look. Unfortunately, minus a magneto really isn't an issue. You could soon source a magneto and exhaust for that. But lovely engine. Then we'll come on to a bit more unusual stuff. Lister A, again on a trolley, single flywheel bearing. That's very nice indeed. Does it turn over? No, unfortunately stuck, but I'm sure it's only stuck through standing. Does have a nice mag on there, which is a bit different. I do like the additional fuel tank someone's added, a little Jap fuel tank. That's quite interesting. Here we have another lovely big pump, big blue vessel pump. Absolutely beautiful. Here we have a little Victor diesel. That's an unusual little engine as well. We have another Lister D. She's the big tank variant. That's also, yep, again, nice trolley, nice engine. Then we have, I believe this is a Powell. Beautiful. Look at the flick mag. Look at the flick mag on there. Let me turn a light on. Oh, I can't turn a light on. Hang on. There we go. We've got a light on. So we have the flick mag here. Very nice indeed. There we are. Little petrol paraffin tank there. Even comes with the pulley. Absolutely beautiful. Lot number 25. Doesn't say what it is, but I think it's a Powell. I might be wrong. Oh no, it's a Powell. There we go. There's your spec number and model. Looks to be all there. Oh, lovely original fuel tank. Here we have a Bamford. Very nice. Bamford. They're everywhere. Now I've got one. They are everywhere. We have a couple of little petters up there. Here we have a little PB3. She's the slightly later engine with the loaf of bread magneto. Very nice. And then we move along. We have more engines. Here we have a Lister. Is that a CA, is that? Tiny little thing, not very high. Let me stand against it. The top of the engine is knee height. So yes, that's about knee height. The whole thing is only up to my waist. Very nice little engine. That's quite unusual. I like it. We have a WD, look like a WD8 there. We have an angle drive, a pump, another little Wolseley. That's a WD2. Notice that's got a thin crankshaft, which is WD1 or 2. That's got a thicker crankshaft, so that's WD8. We know this is a 2 because the WD1 had a smooth hopper. This has got a finned hopper, thin crank, WD2. We have Lister D again on a machine. We have another, look like a sheep shearing set here. This is very nice. All on original trolleys again, guys. This is what I like about this stuff. It's on the original trolleys. We have this little one here. I don't quite know what this one is. Cylinder head looks to be brass. This pulley looks to be brass. But I'm really unsure. That looks like some sort of Villiers. It's got a Villiers mag set up on it. What's it saying there? Is this some form of unusual Villiers? I don't know. Oh, hang on. Oh, yes. Villiers. WXH. What? That's very different. I didn't think that was a Villiers WX, but there you go. We have a blower there of some sort, another little Villiers with a gear pump on a cast iron plate, which is, there we go, Opperman. Another little sheep shearing set with an electric motor. Beautiful little 1030 Crossley. Oh, I do like a Crossley. Bits. Here we have a Kohler twin with a generator. Does this turn? This does turn. Oh. But only one set of valves. Oh no, the valves are turning. This is a nice thing. This is a nice thing. I quite like that. Some odds and sods here. Another engine down here. Reminders of an engine. There's a flywheel lay there, possibly one off this engine. There's a Villiers WX. Oh, I believe that is just the, that is a Villiers WX with the hopper off. And then we get on to the big boy stuff. These, I'm going to have to climb over these walls to actually get in here. There's a big, huge Ruston and a rather large Tangy. So, let's come through and I'll climb over the wall. I do like this Lister in this cabinet. I'll come over the wall. Oh, right, we might as well get to these ones. What have we got here? Another Ruston, a little PB3 again, on a lovely trolley. And there's two pumps on this one. We have the belt connecting it to that big pump at the back, but there's an additional pump thrown in. So you get two pumps for the price of one. One of my favourites is another little Crossley. Trying to think if that's a 1030. This is a really nice little engine. That looks like a 1030 to me. So that's 1030 on a big trolley with a pump. And then another star of the show is this little Detroit. There we go. It's a little Detroit. Absolutely gorgeous. Does it turn over? Got the handle. It does. The piston's even got oil on, so I feel safe. Of course, even got compression. Yep, that has even got compression. Would you believe that? I like the mag drive, where the mag is on the front, driven by a chain, advanced and retard. It's a Bosch mag as well. There we go. So we have that lovely little Detroit. Round here, we have another engine, a BAM Ford. There's another BAM Ford. Look at the repair on that. That's a lovely repair. What's been done, again, on a lovely steerable trolley. There's a sign there. Whether it was an ex-dealer sign or just one the museum made up, but it says Lister Blackstone, and that's made out of wood. Right, let me climb over this wall, because they have left no way to get in here, because they bricked this off so the public couldn't get to there. But I haven't been in here yet, and I need to, so I'm going to climb over, and then we'll be back. So, we are back in this engine pen. Here we have a Tangy, very nice. Yep, I'm afraid it's going to be your responsibility to actually get this out of here if you buy it, because this is a heavy lump. But I think they said this building can be disassembled for removal, because basically you're not going to get it out without taking the building down. But I think they're happy for that to happen. So we have a Tangy here. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm no Tangy expert by a long way, but we're just having a look around. Does it turn over? I do not know. We have a crank handle. I'll lift that crank handle off and put it down there, and I'll pull on this flywheel and we'll see if this old girl turns. She's soaked of oil. I should imagine it will. Oh yeah. No problem at all, look. There you go. She turns. There we go. Huge Tangy. Don't ask me what model this is. I really do not know. What horsepower this is, I don't know. 16 perhaps. The plate, never been cleaned, as you can see. Let's wipe him off. There we go. There are the details of this Tangy. So, you Tangy experts can have a look. It looks like a Tangy BW1. There we are. Birmingham, England. So, yes, everything actually looks shiny and good. I think, for someone who knew what they were doing, they'd have this running in minutes. Same with this big boy here. Now then, that flywheel stands higher than I am. This is a big Ruston. Paul, gotta be one for you. I know you love a Ruston, so yes. So anybody who's got a home museum and they want a static engine to put on a concrete plinth just like this is your perfect way into it. Look at this bad boy. She's been on the air start. In fact, I'm now standing. That flywheel is nearly touching the ground. I cannot get my foot under that flywheel. And it's taller than me. So this flywheel is a good 6 feet across. This is one big engine. Absolutely beautiful. So yes, again, will this one turn? Yep, if I put all the weight on it, it will turn. Whew. But believe me, I had to virtually stand on this damn thing. She turns. Yep, it's even blowing out the air vessels, so the air starter's obviously connected as well. But there you go. Again, getting this out of here is your responsibility, but they will accommodate I do like how this big Ruston here comes with the original exhaust stack going right outside and the coolant tank. This is the whole kit and caboodle. So these all up for sale. Don't go anywhere, guys, because we have big engines, big tractors to look at, sorry. So I'll scale this wall again. Oh, there's some electric motors and stuff down there. But yeah, Tangy, big Ruston, gorgeous. All right, let me scale this wall. I'm going to try and do this on camera. And catch my foot on an oil drum. Oh, there is a big splash guard here. Looks to be undamaged, not rotten. I'm assuming that is for this engine. So yes, it does come with a splash guard. Yeah, it would be for this one because that Tangy has got the splash guard, so it's going to be for this Ruston. I just caught them old oil drums with my foot. Right, I do love this Crossley. This, oh, I do like this. Right. Oh, barrel trolley, more Lister's Web. Look there. So we'll go outside and we'll have a look up here. And we have, now apparently this is a wagon. This is actually a wagon that was converted, I think they said, pretty much from new. So it's a wagon with a Libben top on it. All nice. There's an old bow top here. Needs restoring. There's Matt. He's having a look around. The 165 is not in the sale. All this horticultural stuff is. Norman, I know you like your horticultural stuff. I suggest you come from Newcastle, buddy, and come and have a look at this lot. There is big hoes, iron horses, steady steeds, all kinds of implements and equipments. There's tillers, rotavators, more rotavators, old lawn mowers. Yep, there you go. There's an Anzani mower there as well. So look at that. There's an Anzani mower. There's an old Atco mower here, and I like how it's still got the generator. That's very, very rare to find an Atco mower which has got the generator attachment on the front. So if you had the Atco hedge cutter, you could cut your grass and then you could run your hedge cutter off that dynamo. I like that. That's unusual. So there you go. So Jim, if you're watching this, there you go, Jim. You can start your collection off again. There you go. There are some very unusual mowers. There's an aluminium one in the back there. That's very different as well. There is bits and pieces. There are scythes, Allen scythes. So, come on, Norman, get yourself down from Newcastle, mate. There's some more Atcos there, Dennis's. There are some lovely old lawnmowers here. Absolutely lovely. There, look at all that lot. They say it's all in the sale. There's a contraption there, some sort of riddler. There's some tractor wheels here. I say this 165 is not in the sale, but there's a tractor wheels there. Some scrap here. There's some more scrap here. There we go. See, there's another machine there. There's some wooden machines in there. Excellent stuff. The Bonza truck and that is not for sale. Here we have a roller. The Bradford, Barford. There we go. That ain't the Barford Aveling. That's the Barford and Perkins. Look, this is... Ah, that's right, they told me. Right. Come from Peterborough. There we go, Barford Perkins. Perkins engines are still actually in Peterborough making diesels, as a lot of you may know. This roller was actually on this site when it was new, And this roller actually rolled all this ground before this concrete was laid. So this has been on this site from when it looked like that field there. And they actually built all these old buildings and concreted this lot. That roller actually rolled it, I was told. Here we have a Weeks tractor, which they're putting down as the star of the show, because they made very, very few of them. They expect this to do very well. It's a Weeks and Son engineers in Maidstone, and they believe this would run because many years ago it was fully restored using original parts. Yeah, very nice. Here we'll look at some blacksmithing tools. There's too much here for me to list, but the quality of this stuff is phenomenal. Just look at this anvil head. Look at that. And do you like this anvil head in a wooden block? Look at that. Anvil head, wooden block, an old forge, all the blacksmith tools, another forge. Bits and pieces, blacksmith and stuff. Look at the size of that for an anvil. Ooh, there's some heavy pieces here. There's some pallets of tanks and sundries, attachments. I cannot get myself right into the back of this building. But there we go. This is all stuff that's been rounded up from the museum, compiled into one area to be auctioned. There's display boards full of blacksmithing tools. These look like branding irons, soldering irons. Look at them, lovely. Spoke shaves. And there's all the old implements through here. I will have a walk through it. I haven't had a walk through yet, but we will have a look and see exactly. There's a lot of horse-drawn stuff here. Again, boxes and boxes of steel, wood, steel components again. Another pair of bellows. We have more stuff here. I say this is stuff that the public haven't seen. This has not been in the public domain for donkey's years. It really hasn't. So all this stuff is new to our fresh eyes. It's new to the market, and it could be yours. You've got the details. Here we have a big 4-foot woodworking lathe. Very good bits. This, I believe they told me, was a converted car. So this originally started life as, did he say, a Ford Popular? I believe. Oh, I like any of the front wheel is broken, but I think they said this is a Ford Popular that was in the process. Oh, it's spreading this new wheel for it, which was in the process of being restored. I do like how they've just got a car rear axle, and where your wheels would be, they've made some sprockets and put some wheels on a separate. I do like the engineering in this. Same story with this one. I believe this was some sort of Morris converted to a tractor. And the drive system again, you have your standard rear axle with a sprocket, a chain, and another big sprocket. This is just brilliant. And then we have another tractor here. Lovely old girl. Look at this one. Isn't that lovely? That is absolutely lovely. There. Gorgeous stuff. We have International. Now, I believe, if I've got my story straight, I think it was this one they were saying about, was this engine, this tractor, this actual tractor. So there's a history lesson here as well. The Isle of Stark in the Channel Islands, apparently this was the first ever machine to go on that island that had an internal combustion engine. So this was the first ever thing on there with a you know what I mean, an internal combustion engine. And what they did was it was used to run a generator and do some duties on there. And then the second disagreement came along, and the Americans invaded that island, and because they didn't want they didn't want, no, Germany invaded the island. They didn't want an American engine actually on that island. So they pushed this thing to the edge of a cliff. Didn't push it off, they pushed it to the edge of the cliff and took an American engine in there to run it. A German engine in there, sorry, to run it. So yes, there is much history with this engine, with this tractor. Very nice. Is there actually any information on this? No, there isn't. There's no information sticker on this. We do have an information sticker on this green Overtime tractor. She's the Overtime Model N. You can read the sign, 1916, 2-cylinder horizontal engine. Just look at this lovely engine in here. There we go. So she's a 2-cylinder. She's got the magneto. She's got the oilers. She's got the radiator and the fan. Does it turn? No, but I think that could be me not having it in neutral. I really don't know. I do like that it's still got the starting handle. What a lovely tractor. So we have this tractor, absolutely gorgeous. There is plenty of stuff here. Sorry about the echo. We have 3 Caterpillars here. Again, museum pieces. We have a Bristol. This orange one on the end is a Fiat. Yep, this one's a Fiat. How often do you see Fiat crawlers? Bristol crawler. Lovely. There's the tractor again. Like I say, them bits are not for sale. We have the Bar Ford roller. And I believe he said, if I come out the back, oh, yes, I forgot a shed. We have this, old petrol pumps. These are massive, big petrol pumps there. Another petrol pump here, horse irons. And we have in the back here, a lot of horse-drawn stuff. So there are a lot of horse-drawn pieces in here, ploughs. There's a big machine here with an electric motor. Look at that for a sprayer. It's got a 3-piston pump. Perfect to drive off a stationary engine. Take the motor off, put a big engine on there. It's all on a steerable trolley. Absolutely beautiful. There are more horse-drawns, implements, wooden carts, ploughs, hand ploughs. Can I wiggle my way through the back there? No, it's a bit of a minefield. Although I do want to see what that big rusty thing is up there. I'm going to try. If I go out, it's because I've knocked my head on something. I want to see what this rusty thing is in the back here. I haven't been in here yet, so there's some more horticultural stuff. A Kent wagon made by James Staplehurst. There we go. It was £24 and 10 shillings. Oh, yes, there you go. £24 and 10 shillings when it was new. Oh, this was worth coming. There's an old steam boiler in here. Look at this. Oh, yes. Why was I not told about this? That looks like a lovely old steam boiler. Look at that. Is that a steam boiler? That looks like you melted something in it. Maybe tar? No, that looks like that is definitely an oven down there. Look at that machine. Absolutely lovely. Let's have a look around this side. That is really nice. Very unique, I say. Yeah. So, please guys, if this is your bag and you like it, go on to Hobson Parker and have a look. Go on the website, have a look. You can register, you can bid online. You don't have to be here for the live auction if you don't want to, but you could bid online. And there we go. This is phenomenal stuff, guys. It really is phenomenal stuff. So, I think that's going to be the end for this video. I don't think there's a lot else to show you. Oh, hang on. I think he said this tractor is going in the sale. So we're just going to have a jam in this field, in this meadow, I don't know what's over there. I think they're waiting for the scrap man. Really couldn't tell you. Well, I think he said this Nuffield is also in the sale. So, there we go. I think they're going to pull this one out. There you go. Perfect. We have a Nuffield BMC diesel. Isn't that lovely? Right, guys. That's going to be it. I'm calling this video a day. I want to thank my buddy Matt for bringing me out here because I had car trouble. But yes, we have now got a 3.5 hour journey back to Man Cave HQ to get home. And thank you very much for having me over to film the sale, guys. Thank you very much, John. Much appreciated. Right, I'll see you guys next time. Please check this auction out. It's not one to be missed. Bye bye for now. Nuffield.